You know, I set myself constraints. One is I try never to change a recording. I do hold one or two back because perhaps it's too embarrassing for me what I've said, or I'm so worried it's going to be utterly misinterpreted. It's not that I change them, doctor them up in some way. I hold them back. And sometimes when I listen to them at another time, I think, no, that's all right. It'll be a blessing. I can risk that. It might be a cost to me, but God will be with me. I'll hold my ground. Or it'll be a blessing in some great way. I'll publish it after all. And sometimes I think, glad I held that one back. Yes, but I'll continue to hold it back a bit longer. Perhaps that one ought to be published posthumously after I've ascended to glory. Just to protect myself from the backlash. But there's very few. I mean, really few, almost none, that are like that. And I may be wrong in leaving them in the to be checked folder. We don't have to be perfect, you know. I don't have to be perfect to be a child of God. I'm a child of God. That is what's transforming me into becoming perfect, complete, right for the heavenly host, right to be in God's company eternally, right in some sense that he has achieved as a wonderful parent in us. You don't have to be right now. He loves you. You're his kids. You're his child, his son, his daughter. Doesn't expect you to be right. Please understand that. Just loves you as you are. That love, as you come to know it, will inspire you to do all things. Inspire. In other words, breathe into you. Inspiration breathes life into you. That inspiration comes from finding in your very heart God loving you, your very self. He is actually your very self. Your ego will hold him as your dearest friend. That's a great blessing, that ego. It means he has dearest friends instead of just himself. Would you rather have just yourself or a lovely company of dearest friends? What makes you think God is any different to you in that regard? In fact, can you see that he's much more so? If we are persons, how much more is he the person of persons? Don't dismiss God as just some awesome power. He's a wonderful, sensitive, loving, living person. And he loves to have a family. You are his very reason for existence. He could have remained unmanifest eternally, but he had a need for loving company like himself, and nothing could stop him attaining exactly that. We are his hope and its fulfillment. Isn't that just a wonderful privilege? Isn't that just off the planet? And I still maintain my principle that no matter what we can imagine as children, it's as nothing to the grandness, the wonderfulness, the loveliness and the beauty, the kindness and the grace and the goodness and the blessing that our God really is, our Dad. Thank you, Dad. So where was I? When I come to putting a title on these each recording, I have a principle again. I'm not going to change the title, and I need the title now. I could think for an hour about the best title. That would be foolishness. I'm going to press in the number, press in the space and the dot and the space, and write down what I think the title could be, that at least superficially seems most helpful and most appropriate. The greatest blessing. And I will trust the title utterly to God. Though it looks strange, and of course it looks strange anyway, because I do it in my particular phonetic system, which you may master, you may not, doesn't matter too much. Just treat it like a letter code. I trust it too. By the way, I've said it elsewhere, but I do put it in this phonetic code for a reason. I had tremendous trouble spelling as a child because the English language is not consistent when it comes to spelling and pronunciation. And obviously phonetics are, but I wanted a phonetic system that was going to just use the existing keyboard, not some new letters or, keep swapping about from capitals to lowercase and so on, upper and lowercase. I didn't want that. I wanted a great simplicity. So I have a system of spelling that a person could learn in half an hour, instead of 10 years of several hours a week trying to learn the language, the spelling and the reading. It's the greatest economy that I've ever achieved, as an economist, you understand. To realize that I could save the planet if you applied it to all the other languages on the earth. I could save all that work in reading. In fact, technology's beaten me to it. I'm not writing at the minute. I'm not worried about my spelling, am I? Because I'm speaking to you. It's a bit like the music dimension, Oh, the churches struggle over instruments and sound equipment and presentation and practice. That's not what worship is. Worship is our prayer meeting that we have each morning at the church. Jeff plays his guitar and he's good at leading. I sing. I'm great at supporting from the point of view of someone truly singing. That's all we need. You got one person playing and two people that can sing more or less. You might think it's less, but that's all you need. He only plays in G. Well, almost. That happens to be the key that's just ideal for him and me to sing in. It's a bit rotten if you say. But anyway, we do. We have a wonderful worship time. Every morning, every weekday morning. We've been doing this for months and months. you would think it would stop happening, wouldn't you? It's like the chap who was there this morning, he pays Jeff's stipend. I don't know how many thousand a year it is. Everybody thought I would do it for 3 months, then he'll back up. Well, I'd say everybody, some people voiced that view apparently. I wasn't there then. Well, he's still doing it. I'd been there nearly 3 years and he was doing it before I came. It's the same with these prayer meetings. Well, not 3 years, but I mean, I don't know how long, months and months and months now we've been doing it. Anywhere between 10 and 25 people, perhaps more. Every day. I wouldn't miss it for the world. What a blessing. Every day. Lovely. If Jeff's not there, it tends to go to pieces. I can't lead like he does. I can lead in a lecturing, teaching type way, but we've not got a sophisticated audience. They're a lovely audience, though. Well, you do need rose-coloured glasses on at times, but and you will cringe at some things. We're all kids, you see. I mean, they cringe at some of the things I do, in fact. I'm amazed at their tolerance of me. Enough of this humility, Marshall. On the contrary, I'm a shining light. Yes, that's right. We are all shining lights. All of us. It does sound like jargon, I know, but it's the love of God in us that does it. His love for us and our love for him. And realizing that. That makes concepts of humility and humbleness and deference and unworthiness utterly redundant. Utterly out of place. Because we're his children. That's what counts. That gives us a status that makes the whole universe tremble. We're children of God.